Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And on today's topic, I will be telling you guys the things that I stopped doing after my frontal lobe finally developed. Now, I have this theory that I tell people all the time: take me out of my 20s. Because I'm convinced that your 20s are like the teenager year of adulthood. You're learning things. There's things you don't like. There's things you do like. There's things you're learning to like. You start eating certain vegetables you ain't never eat before. You start getting attracted to certain fruits that you ain't never fought with before. Like, you start growing into your woman's body and stuff. There's just so many things going on in your 20s that you can't really fully enjoy them. And the fun actually starts in your 30s. I'm convinced. Maybe it's them sitcoms that made me think that. But I just think that that's what it is. Now, I wrote a list. And I think I might make this video a two-part video because I don't want this to like linger for too long. And I did write a good amount, so I don't want to overstay on one video for too long. That was not English, but bear with me. Okay, so the first thing I stopped doing when my frontal lobe fully developed, I just want to say I'm 25. Like my frontal lobe developed last year. But I was already in the process of developing it completely until I got 25. I'm joking. But something that I really stopped doing once I got into my mid-20s was over-explaining. I started realizing that people are quick to use your explanation as excuses if interpreted the incorrect way. And sometimes silence is better than trying to explain your side of the story. Even better, I've learned to understand that most people will figure things out on their own. So sometimes not explaining is the best thing you could do in order to get them to sit back and look on what happened, what went wrong, what did go right, and what could have been better. That's for friendship, relationships, family. I just stop over explaining. Honestly, it's just very important to just know where to pour your energy into and not have to explain yourself constantly over and over. It's not cute. So I stopped doing it, and I think you should too. If you are in your mid-20s and your frontal lobe fully developed, girl. Okay? Fighting and letting my emotions control my decision. I was never a fighter. I just want to say this. I probably fought like once or twice in my whole life. I'm not a fighter. I will be quick to tell somebody like, oh yeah, I'll beat your ass. I'm calling the police, honey. Okay? There's no fighting. I'm not like... I've always said fighting is always associated with people who have nothing to lose. And if you have nothing to lose, you're a very dangerous person. I made a video on my channel about that these are some of the most dangerous people you could be around are people who have nothing to lose. Be around people who have something to lose because they'll knock the common sense into you. There's so many things that can go wrong when you're fighting someone. Things happen. You could paralyze somebody. You could knock them unconscious. You could kill them. Like, you don't know who you're up against. Some people don't really care about nothing. Once they get angry, they actually see red. I know we laugh about that, but they actually see red. And I'm not about to be on the receiving end, nor on the perpetrator. I'm not going to be the one in the middle of that. I do think that you get to a point as a woman, first of all, it's just not cute to be fighting. Even much so as arguing in public is not cute. I don't like doing it, and which then touch back on my whole over explaining. Once somebody starts to get rowdy or misunderstand what you say, just keep it pushing. Don't even say nothing. Like, you don't have to explain yourself, and you don't have to get to fighting. So letting my emotions control my decision has been one of my biggest lessons throughout my 20s. Your emotions is going to dictate you astray depending on how you go about it, and that's for anything. Too much of anything is bad for you. Too much excitement, this is crazy. Too much excitement is also bad. Too much anger, too much frustration. Like, just, you gotta know how to channel yourself. I think I'm thinking in French. You gotta know how to coordinate yourself or align yourself with the logical aspect without letting your emotions. And something that I've learned to do is to step away. When something angers me, 9 times out of 10, I will not blow up in front of that person. What I tend to do is I tend to dial back. I shut down actually. And I go thinking back to myself, and I think about how I need to approach this in order for the person across from me to receive it the way I need them to receive it. Because as much as I used to say like, oh, how you take it is how you take it. But if this is somebody that you care about, they need to take it how you need to be giving it to them. So it's like, you can't dismiss the delivery. Now I got to know how I could deliver this problem, this issue, this, bothersome to you without you thinking like, oh, she's coming for me, she's attacking me, she's defending me. Obviously, do this with people that you care about. Don't go putting that energy into people that are lost causes. There's some people there beyond explanation, beyond redemption. Just leave it alone. Choose peace. Choose peace. Overexposing. We were all teens. When I was a teenager, it's something that I used to do a lot, like take pictures of a lot of things, Instagram and stuff, like you constantly exposing yourself and whatnot. And, as a content creator now, I still like to monitor everything that I put on social media because it ain't none of y'all business. It ain't none of y'all business for real. Like, and your business is not my business, correct? So I think that there's beauty in mysteriousness, because that's an ongoing problem right now with the whole parasocial thing and whatnot. So I don't think putting your business out there is even remotely smart, but staying private is incredible. Now, I do have a different take on it. When you are in a relationship, I do think that you should still be private but not be secretive, and that's just a whole different ball game. So the whole, posting your partner and stuff, honestly, from time to time, yes, why not? Like, if y'all not celebrities, there's no reason why you should be covering his face, honey. He's yours. He's yours. He's already yours. So, but privacy for me has been a very important thing. So I've learned that moving in silence make people respect you 10 times more than when you are talking about every step of the way that you're doing. Also, people cannot destroy what they don't know. So keep your business to yourself, okay? I think I'm going to end the video here, and I'm going to do a part 2 about the rest that's on the list about taking out my 20s. This is literally just going to be a 2-part. I just don't want the video to be excessively too long for you guys. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. I wish to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you share this video to someone that you feel like should hear it. And if that person is you, send it to yourself. Okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in until the end of this video. Please make sure you tell me what you think in the comments. I love hearing y'all feedback, and I love hearing what y'all have to say. Like, I love talking. So please, by all means. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, my loves.